Hello, welcome to this Christmas update. It's Christmas Eve as I film this, and well, maybe as you even watch it because I'm going to put it up straight away. And yeah, straight away you can hear something in my voice. I've caught a chest infection. I feel really crap, and it's just absolutely bloodigal typical timing, isn't it? About to fly home, and I get struck down with man flu, but is what it is. I will stoically push on through. Excuse me. There's going to be a bit of that. But I don't. Please don't give me any sympathy. I really don't deserve it. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You just got to get on with it. But looking forward to getting on the plane Christmas Day night and landing in London on Boxing Day and then seeing the family. Cannot wait. Right. Quick update. On with the show. Not much going on the channel as everything winds down for Christmas. I've been busy packing. A little bit of modelling, as you'll see in just a second. And then, kind of thoughts are turning to sort of going home. I'm hoping to bring you an unboxing video at some point. I'm in the process of putting together a montage for the review of 2026, and it's just going to be a modelling review. I'm not going to do what lots of other YouTube type people do and go through stats and numbers and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't interest me at all. I do this just to give something back, put something out there, hopefully entertain, educate, all that kind of BBC stuff. And I'm not particularly interested in numbers, so it's not going to be any review like that. It's going to be focusing on the modelling, and a bumper year, 16 completed. 16.8 really, because I'll show you that in a second. So that'll go up sometime around the new year, hopefully. And so bits and bobs just to keep the algorithm ticking along. You know, it's nice to get the views and all the new subscribers and all that kind of stuff. Right, very quick update on the F18. So here it is. A little bit of progress on her. What I've done is I've done a Flores wash over the entire thing. Worked really well. Used the dark dirt. It's brilliant stuff for grey aeroplanes such as this. You just chuck it on, and when it's dry you polish it off with a damp kitchen towel or cloth or something, and it just stays in all the recessed detail, and it gives a really kind of grimy effect over the top. Now I've used MRP, as you can see. She's quite shiny, so it's relatively easy to polish it away. If you do it over a matte coat, it grips a lot more, but you get a more dirty effect. Didn't really want that on this one. It is an anniversary aeroplane after all, or it will be, and it's grubby without being really minging. That's the effect I am after. Next up for this, when Dalla gets back from Oz in the middle of January, is I'll finish off the decaling, national markings and all the anniversary markings and his name on the canopy. And then I can seal it in with a satin coat, and that's pretty much going to be it, because the weathering is pretty much done. One thing I have done on the underside, you may be able to see, is I've got Amram on one side and the pod on the other, the fleur pod. Now, Dalla being immensely high maintenance that he is, and I mean that in a loving way. I'm probably going to go around and see him for a coffee tomorrow, because he's out here on his own at the moment. I saw some pictures of the pod in various colours, white, grey, green. I thought green would look really nice, real contrasty. Dalla took one look at that and said he wanted it in grey. I'd already pinned and glued it in place. It doesn't come off this one, which is a right nose. So I had to do some very careful masking and repaint the fleur pod, which was a success. So it's all worked out in the end. But there we are. That is the progress on this. Like I say, looking forward to getting this one wrapped up when he gets back. Put that on there like that. So when I come back from leave, I'm going to have a couple of weeks to get my teeth stuck into the Airscale Typhoon. That is something I'm really looking forward to. It'll be with me towards the end of my leave, and it will, I'm assured by Peter, I will have it. He said even if he has to drive across the country himself to make sure it gets there, it's definitely going to arrive before I leave. But I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into that one. Mine's going to be a 56 Squadron machine. Now Sven at One Man Army, he's an utter genius. So he's the chap, if you don't know, One Man Army does the laser cut stencils on sort of kabuki type tape stuff. It's not kabuki tape, but it's that kind of stuff. So it's tape, not vinyl. I guess vinyl would burst into flames with a freaking laser beam. I don't know. But yeah, all the beautiful stencils and some of the markings as well. Now Sven is going to try and rush me a prototype of the 32nd scale Typhoon. Excuse me. So he's doing a set for it. Whether it arrives to me in time, I really don't know. So what I've done as a bit of an insurance banker is I've just placed an order for the Tempest in 32nd scale, and if the Typhoon set doesn't arrive in time, then at least I've got that, and I'll do my research, and I'm assuming it's very, very similar, a lot of it. So and if it's slightly different, no one's going to really know, I would have thought. So that's going to be the plan. So all the markings are going to be sprayed and all the stencils are going to be sprayed as well. So probably no decals on it. That's the plan. Desperately trying not to cough my lungs up. Right, and then, yeah, so I've only got 5 weeks when I get back to get that finished before I go home for 5 weeks. So I'll have this finished, inshallah. I'll have the Typhoon finished, inshallah. And then any time left, I'll probably make a start on the Airscale Armour Hurricane. That's not a Freudian slip. As far as I know, Peter's not doing a Hurricane. And yeah, that'll be the Mark 1. I do have some leftover bits from the Airfix Hurricane Mark 1 with the hook. So maybe I'll do a bit of dry fitting. Maybe I'll do a Sea Hurricane, which is coming next year. More of that in the news. So, yeah, I'll make a start on that. That's not going to be a full build, even though I love Armour Hurricanes. Arguably one of my favourite kits ever, it must be said. There's plenty already on my channel, so I'll do a sprue tour of that, and then I'm going to just build the thing, and I'll do a kind of a debrief type video on it. That's going to be the plan. How far through I get all of that next term, we shall see. Depends if I survive with this man flu. Right, on with the news. I've left my notes right here. I thought I'd left it in the other room. The green book is back, Earth Cafe, but I've lost my page because I didn't put my thing in it. See, I'm just not thinking straight. Right, yes, some really exciting news. So, new release from Kutare. I hope I pronounced that close. It's not a brand new tooling. It's another Spitfire Mark 1, but it's the late. And arguably, it's the Battle of Britain version that many people have been waiting for. 3 markings, all fairly well-known aeroplanes. I built the Mark 1. I built the early, but I did it as a late early, if that makes sense. So 3-bladed prop, armoured windscreen. I just think it looks nicer. This is going to have all those bits, and the not the manual undercarriage hand pump, so it's the hydraulic thing, or compressed air, or whatever it was. So it's the Mark 1 late. So really bridging that gap in their range before the 5 comes very soon. They've also announced that the limited edition photographic reconnaissance version is just being shipped. Really nice little video where they were stamping the limited edition sticker, sticking it on. and a little bit of gouge from Mark. So that was really nice to see as well. So that's Kutare. Sticking with the Spitfire theme, the IBG Spitfire Mark V is due out in January. Obviously, they've been talking with Edward. Edward were going to release their Mark I first, but they didn't want to kind of, they're friendly. They're friendly. They are friendly, even though it's the competition, I guess. So they're friendly with IBG, and they decided to put their Mark V out first, and then they'll do the Mark I later on next year, to allow IBG to have their run on the Mark I. IBG's Mark V is due out next month in January. They're going to do a limited edition dual boxing thing like they did with the Mark I, with 2 kits in there and just an unbelievable array of options. 2 complete resin cockpits, which they are going to sell separately like the Mark I, and loads of different exhausts, propellers, spinners, loads of variations, everything you could. I'm going to say it, it's probably true, that every single sub-variant of the Mark V will be able to be built from that box. Clip wings, standard wings, tropical filters, I'm sure, all sorts of stuff. I'm not actually going to get one. I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to try and stick to my New Year's resolution, more of that at the very end. Right, and one more to bring you, which is really exciting, and that's Armour Hobby. Arguably one of my favourite manufacturers out there. They have announced a brand new tool of the P36 and 1/48 scale. Lots of people were hankering for it when the 72nd scale kit was announced. That's a beautiful kit. That's on the channel. I built that this year, so that will feature in the review. So you can see that one again if you haven't seen it. I very much doubt it's going to be fully riveted. So if I'm to get one, and I probably will, then that's going to be fully riveted. Probably not going to do the French one because I did that in 72nd scale. I've got a sort of hankering for a bit of a Mohawk, or maybe even a Finnish one. They are going to be releasing the P36 in lots of different boxings next year in 72nd scale, the Finnish one, the British one, all sorts of different boxings of that, which is going to be really, really cool. They're also obviously doing the ME262. That's out very soon. Pre-orders are available now, so that'll only be within a month or two, I'd imagine. And they also said that they're going to do variations on the Mark I. So they are going to do the 1B, they're going to do the Sea Hurricane 1B. So lots more boxings of the Mark I coming on down the line as well. And they've also said that there are some unannounced brand new tools coming as well. Not modified tools like the Hurricane Mark I, completely new. So that's going to be really exciting. So be interesting to hear your guesses down below on that. Maybe a 48 scale key 84. Wouldn't that be nice? Or even 43. Maybe it's something completely new. I think they're going to do completely new tooling in 72nd, they said as well. So who knows what that's going to be. Right, there we are. That is that. So, yeah, no plot spoilers for the review of 2025 and the preview of 2026. But I've mentioned it here before. My plan is to make more of a dent in the stash. I reserve the right to do anything from Armour Hobby. They are my all-time favourite. I reserve the right to do anything from Airfix that tickles my fancy. And also Edward as well, because they are my favourite manufacturers. But I do want to make a dent in the stash. There's a big long list of things I want to do. I want to make some more Airfix. I definitely want to do the Vampire. Got that one. I've already started riveting. In fact, it's almost finished riveting the Lancaster in 72nd. Need to do that. I am going to be doing a 72nd F14, not Tamiya. Although I'd love to do the Tamiya one if I'm going to do one. So that's going to be coming. I do want to do some of my clear prop stuff I've got in the stash as well. The MiG-23, which I'm looking forward to doing, probably is a derelict one. And I want to do the Sonya as well. key 51, I think that is 51. I'm pretty sure. In 72nd, I want to get that built. I want to do the Azure from Battle in 72nd. I want to do that. I want to do. I am going to be doing the Big Spitfire in 24th. So converting the Airfix Mark 8 into the Mark 14 conversion kits just up there. So I'm going to be doing that one as well. And I want to make a dent into my Edward Overtrees pile because I've got a massive pile. I also want to do the ICM I-153 in 32nd. I want to do my Hasegawa P40N in 32nd. I want to do a P40 from Edward and the A6M2 and the Wildcat. I want to do all three, and I want to do a super detailed job on at least one of those. At the moment, I'm leaning towards the P40. Engine, gun base, radio bay, cockpit, the works. So very quick plot spoiler of the review video, but I thought I'd just give you a bit of a teaser. How far I stick to that plan, I don't know. I do want to do a super build as well. I've got 32nd scale SU-27 and F100 in the stash. I want to clear one of those next year. All sorts of stuff. Loads of stuff. But like I say, it all depends on what kind of the shiny new stuff. Squirrel. Distracts me. That's the plan. Sorry, lame joke. Modelers' jokes are just not funny, are they? And if I see that picture, that painting of Father Christmas, painting a model, again, I think I might explode. But that's just the Grinch in me, and I'm not feeling very well. There we are. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Enough waffle. You've got all your families to enjoy. I'm going to enjoy mine in about 36 hours. Cannot wait for that. So I hope you have a great one. And yeah, I will see you from the man cave for the unboxing sometime next week, I think. Hopefully. Inshallah. There's that word again. All right. Thanks very much. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful time. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.